Hey everybody, as you know, we are in Bansko, Bulgaria right now, and today we thought we would just take you on a little tour and kind of just show you a little bit about the town and some of our favorite places to go. Oh man, so one of the great things we love is just our walks. Just walking down the side streets here is really, you can hear the roosters.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all the grapes everywhere. Like, we got all these grapes, all these fruit and apple trees everywhere. We just love it. Actually, it looks like they've harvested these grapes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like it.
And then everyone's little gardens and all their flowers. They're always so pretty. It's really cool. So one thing that we've really enjoyed about Bansko is that, like, just walking up and down the streets is just so wonderful, and there's like so many like cool photo ops, especially if you're keen on doing some photography like I am. Look at more of those grapes. I love it. Look at that. One other thing you'll note too is that it's summertime right now, and you'll see that everyone's got all of this wood everywhere. And the reason that there's so much wood, apparently there's a lot more wood now than normal. A lot of people heat their homes with the wood, and rather than like gas or something like that. And especially this year, because with all of the stuff that's going on with Russia and the Ukraine, fuel costs and gas prices are really high, and they're expecting that to be astronomically high here in Bulgaria in the winter. So the last like few weeks we've been watching people drop off all of these huge loads of all this wood, like, and they're just they'll spend every afternoon or evening out there just cutting wood and stacking it and everything in preparation for the winter time. So another really interesting thing is that everywhere you walk, you'll notice all of these like streams or these little drainage ditches. And the drainage ditches actually come from, it's all the water that comes off of the mountain. And you can see some of the mountains up in here. As we get further into town, I'll show you some more really cool shots of the mountains.
So there's little coffee machines. So that one over there, you can just walk up to them and just put in your change, basically. I think, like, I don't know, they're around, I think, anywhere from like 20 to 40 cents to get coffee. I mean, they're small, they're only about that big, but still, I think it's a pretty good deal. And it's a lot of people in Bansko seem to get their coffee, and they're all over. So yeah, it's kind of fun. On our walks into the grocery store, there's all kinds of like small markets that you can stop at too. They have like drinks sitting out. You can just grab them, pay for them really quick, and yeah, there's quite a few kind of just scattered all over Bansko. And then our normal grocery store that we go to is right over here.
That's right, there's the Villa there, and there's actually there's like a Lidl, which is another kind of European chain. That's actually about the same size as the Villa, maybe a little bit bigger. But that's over in Roslag, which is the next town over, so it takes a few minutes to get over there. All right, look at that. How about that view, huh? That is so beautiful.
Yeah, it's really pretty today. So this is the river that we walk over. What is the river called?
I don't know. I can't remember
I don't
the
think
name.
I know the name. But it basically divides kind of the town. Yeah, and there's bridges all the way up. So we are here right now. So we're just gonna head into town, walk up probably the street here. There is the tourist information center that you can stop at as well, and then we'll just walk up Pirin Street, which is really, really pretty. It's got like a little stream kind of running through it as well. And we'll walk all the way up that, and that will take us up into the Gondola Area.
So another interesting thing is they actually have, that's right, that is a one lev store. Kind of like dollar stores in the States. But everything's one lev, or, well, several lev. But,
yeah.
but you can actually get some stuff there. We actually got some towels because we didn't have any towels. And so that was pretty good. But this here is actually a little drag here. There's lots of like, all sorts of cool stuff here. You got like hardware stores, lots of clothing stores. Lots of sales on clothing stores right now. And then up the way here, there's an office supply store. There's like some little, like more little markets everywhere. And yes, in our ATM. So we're kind of funny. Like we find an ATM that we like and we use that one ATM. So, but we like to go to ATMs that are actually affiliated with banks. I don't trust like the standalone ones. And this one here is the Post Bank, and that's actually done pretty good for us. We've been able to just use that, and honestly, we haven't been charged any ATM fees.
No.
And that could be because we are with T-Mobile. And I'll show you what it looks like. So that's the Post Bank right there. There's the ATM. So yeah, it's been really cool because we have a T-Mobile Money account, and this is not like an ad or endorsement for T-Mobile Money, but apparently it works in Bulgaria. So we'll let you know how well that works in other places as well. It's supposed to have like tons of like ATMs that were free to use all throughout the world, but their website doesn't exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't show. So we just kind of like guessed.
Yes, we just guessed, and it worked just fine.
Yeah.
So we just been using that one,
Yeah.
and because we know it's not going to charge us any fees.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're approaching the main square here on the town, and as we come in, I'll also show you one of the co-working spaces that you can go to here if you're like a nomad like us and you want to use. You're gonna actually come up over here, and right behind this pizza and pancakes, and yes, pizza and pancakes is the thing here, is one of the co-working Bansko's units down here. This is like they have 3 in town, and this is like their one main one there. And this is the main square. And as you can see, they're setting up for another concert. They have actually quite a few concerts here. And there's also tons of like restaurants all along the way here. But we've actually seen a couple different concerts. We saw a rock concert, a jazz festival, and I believe that what's setting up for right now is actually an opera fest, which happens, I think, the end of every August, which is when we're filming this. This is one of the places that we really like to eat. The Mari here, they got all this really great seating and everything. And it's across the street from a gelato shop, which is always amazing and super inexpensive. It's like a little over 2 lev per, I think it's maybe by the pound or something, I don't know. But
Yeah.
it's always pretty cheap. It's like a lev or 2 whenever we get an ice cream. So next we're gonna head over to the park, and it's actually a really nice park, lots of shade, and it's where we spent a lot of time at Nomad Fest because they had a lot of the activities, like some of the unconferences and things like that. They were all out here. It was also the meeting place for where we went and did all of our excursions and things like that.
So we're in the main, I don't know, it's like the main park of Bansko, I guess. Or it's one of the bigger parks. And yeah, there's even a cafe here. So we've eaten here actually a couple times during Nomad Fest, and it's really good.
Oh, and there's cats everywhere. Lots of cats. Yeah, these parks are great. They have like all of this, tons of stuff for kids. You see lots of families out here. There's this really interesting fountain here, which is filled up now. It wasn't filled up when we first got here in June. So we kept thinking it was like some kind of ice skating rink or something, but it looks like it's just like a little lake or something like that. I'm not really sure who this guy is, but there's a couple statues in the park here.
Yeah, it's actually really pretty. You know? So remember, it was all like, no, they hadn't filled it, so we were trying to figure out what it was. We're like, is this an ice skating rink? Or what? But yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Now one thing you'll note is you'll see all of these kind of half done buildings or empty or abandoned buildings. And this one actually I believe is being repaired.
Yeah.
Because it had like some fronting on it earlier.
Yeah, and I think they actually were
Fixing it.
Yeah. One of the rare ones.
One of the rare ones they're actually redoing. But as we come up we go further up, especially as we go towards the gondola, we're going to see a lot more buildings that are just like half built, half empty, just the skeleton structures, which is pretty interesting. But so we're going to take a quick break because we are getting crazy hungry. We're getting hangry, and that's not a good thing. So we're going to come back over here to Amari and grab some food at one of the little places that we like to eat at.
So we decided to sit down for a minute, and we're at Amar in the town square of Bansko, and as you can see, we got some wine.
That's right. Look at that.
Yeah.
Nice white wine.
And we love like sitting in these cafes. It's just so nice to like dine outside, al fresco dining. And they also give you like a little bucket of ice, especially for the white wine. We have found though that the red wine is actually served cold as well, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, just a nice afternoon to sit outside, and we do have some pizza coming as well.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So the other thing to note is if you want to order, the only Bulgarian I've learned so far really is bielo vino, and that is white wine. So they actually use vino just like an Italian as well, which is, we thought that was kind of interesting.
I'm already digging in. I'm so hungry.
All right, so here it is, Cascana pizza, and how was it, babe?
I think it's going to be really good. I haven't tried it yet. That's good. Yeah, it's got ham, almost, I guess probably kind of like what Americans would call like a Canadian bacon, and onions, and peppers. I love that they put peppers on the pizza.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at that.
It's
so
really,
good.
really yummy.
There's lots of peppers here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, the crust is like nice and tender. It's the thin crust that we tend to like. So yeah, this pizza is really good. It's not our favorite pizza in Bansko, but it's still really good, and we were hungry, so we had to pick a place to sit down. We are going to take you though up to our favorite place in Bansko to pizza.
Yes, we'll do that in just a minute after we eat this, because it's a little ways up Pirin Street, so it's a few blocks up. Ooh, we got some really interesting plaids coming in there. It's so crazy, like these. It's really crazy because the mountains get so much, like they just attract the clouds in the rainstorms and stuff. Really neat. This is Bansko Lab. They're not exactly a co-work, but they're actually kind of like a community in organization that they have like a lot of like classes and get-togethers and things like that. They've been doing a lot of language classes since we've been here. There's even like creators meetups and stuff. So it's a pretty cool place to check out. It's kind of like, think of it as like a cafe, but it's also where you can, it's supported basically by, buying something there, which is pretty cool. So this is Pirin Street. We're gonna take this street pretty much all the way up. So it goes a really long ways, but there's lots of really cool things on it. I just love like all of the stone everywhere, and it's definitely part of the older town. There we go. So this is the main tourist center right here. You can get all your tourist information. Of course, there's this awesome tree here, which is really cool. And then, of course, there is the church tower. And if you look at the very top, I'll probably have to cut in like an insert from my other camera, but right up here is a huge nest, and it's a nest of storks. And if we turn around this way, you get this huge statue. And you remember what his name was?
I don't remember.
I'm trying to remember his name, but he is like a monk who is famous here.
Basically, like the founder, right?
Sort of a founder-ish kind of guy. Like he basically helped put them on the block. If I can remember more, I'll insert it here. Alright, so we're continuing up Pirin Street. I mean, we love it here. This is so pretty. We love walking up all of this. It's really cool. We'll take you inside to the courtyard here of the church as well, and kind of show you what that looks like. So you see these all over town, and there's these springs.
Yeah, I mean, people like fill up their water bottles with them. And yeah, they're just all over. It's kind of cool.
They're actually piped in, like, I guess it comes directly from the mountain, and they're known for being very healthy, apparently. It's supposed to be like super pure, clean water. Everybody swears by it. So, pretty cool. So, you find it here, you find them all over the place. So, this is the Orthodox Church. So, actually, if you take the Bansko free tour, which is a really good tour, we recommend it highly. Yeah. They will take you to places like the Orthodox Church and then all over town and give you some really interesting history. It's led by a guy who is a historian, right? Mm-hmm. And so he provides a lot of really cool stuff, including gives you information about stuff like this and why this was started to be taken away. But you'll have to just take the tour to learn that, because I'm not going to try to ruin it. This is cool. This is like one of my favorite things, is you can just walk over through the old town here in Bansko and do all these little like corridors and stuff like that. It's so cool. Tons of like photo opportunities or something.
Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of photo opportunities.
Yeah, you're instantly transported back into like, oh gosh, how old was this place again? Medieval, even before the medieval times. Yeah. Some of these places are like crazy old. So also you find that people actually drive on these cobblestones, which is kind of crazy, because they are just like, they're hard to walk on. Oh, more trees. I love it. Little apple trees. Oh, are these apples? It looks like little apples. And all these cool doors and stuff, you know? Yeah, so that's what it's like walking through here. You have to like share the road with cars, which I'm surprised that half of them even make it through these through these streets. But right now we're heading to the old town square. We're going to show you what that looks like real quick. so you can just see what Bansko's original town square looked like as compared to the one we just saw earlier, which is that huge, massive square. So where are we at, babe?
Yeah, so this is the old town square of Bansko. I guess this is kind of the original part of Bansko, and there's the fountains are over there. There's a cute hostel, bar, and bistro, and actually that's where we did one of our tours, which was really cool. Torila Monastery. Hopefully that'll be coming out.
But yeah, check these out. These are some more of the original. There you go. There this can sit. It's like that. Nice and refreshing. So we are coming up on one of our favorite little restaurants here in Bansko, especially for pizza. They have what we think is the best pizza in town. And also, this part of Pirin Street, you usually get a really good view of the mountains, but today it's a little overcast there. So, but this place right here is Bulgaria's, and it is really good pizza. It's definitely one of our favorite places, and we highly recommend if you come to Bansko to go visit. Check that out.
Okay, this is actually one of our favorite restaurants, and I'm not quite sure how to say it. It's Ione, maybe? But it's so good, and the owner is very sweet, and Joel's favorite dish is there. He likes to get the duck.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and I have tried it. It is
Amazing.
really, really good. Yes, amazing.
And where are we at now?
Okay, so we I'm not sure what street. I don't know. Do you know the name of it?
I don't know either. It's just like really cool like walkway. Let's just go walk down and we'll show you.
Yeah.
So this is what we got here. We got this really cool walkway, and there's like another stream that runs all the way down. So this takes you like the majority of the way up the hill, so you goes quite a ways along town. And check this out. This is really interesting. This is a washing tub. So this is like it's like an example of how people used to wash their clothes. And what they do is they just put all of their clothes in the giant bowl there and just let it wash, and it just tumble around.
I mean, people still use them. Apparently, there is one still here in Bansko.
Yeah, it's over. I think by this dam over here, there's a big one that people use for like the rugs and things like that. Yeah, they
take their rugs to it. Yeah, and
so,
still wash them there.
Yeah, so. It's like a natural way to tumble and wash your clothes, which is pretty cool. Okay, so no walkway is safe, even for pedestrians. Like, apparently they drive on almost every one of these roads.
Well, yeah, for deliveries, they do.
It always happens to be whenever we're walking on one of them. We notice this. Whoa, look at that crazy dragon looking thing. Oh my god, is it more of the grapes? We love this. Look at all these grapes everywhere. Isn't that cool? It's so charming. I just love it. What do you think?
Yeah, it is. It's so pretty. I love seeing the grapes, and I love like watching them turn colors gradually as we walk by every day.
This guest house is really, really cool looking. I love it. Oh, they must have harvested some stuff. They harvested a bunch of their tomatoes. This is another one of those gardens.
Everybody has a garden.
Yeah, so like everybody has a garden. There's tons of them everywhere. And it's just so fun to walk by them, especially the whole summer we've been here. Because you get to watch everything grow. Here's another example of one of the abandoned buildings that basically no one just ever finished to build. So the further south we go, which is uphill and towards the gondola, the more of that you see. And now we're coming up to kind of the end of this walk, this little river walkway, and there's this really crazy statue up here, and not really sure what it's supposed to be, but it kind of looks like a virus particle that's been in the news lately. So yeah, what do you guys think? Tell us what you think. Does that not look kind of like kind of look like an interesting thing? It's been in the news lately. I won't. Yeah, the last 2 years. Okay, so here's another one of those fountains. And there's also this other kind of restaurant. We haven't been to this one yet, but it's a very traditional one. As you can see, they got the wash bucket. They do the music here as well, and there's another one right off the square that does the music that we actually went to, which is actually really good. So this weather is kind of looking a little weird, so I think we're going to call it for today, but we'll pick it up tomorrow and take you all the way up to the gondola area and kind of show you around that part too, which is the kind of newer part of town. And yeah, so there you go. We'll see you tomorrow. Well, hello everybody. It is the next day, and as you can tell by the outfit and the fact that the weather is so much nicer, so we thought we'd continue our little tour here of Bansko. And so right now we're on Pirin Street, and we're headed the rest of the way up to the gondola area to kind of give you guys a peek of what that looks like, and show you a couple of our favorite places up there. So here we go.
They're so pretty. All the roses here. Seems like they're all blooming again.
Yeah,
you know?
There's a lot of roses blooming.
Yeah, there's a lot of roses here. Our lady that runs our apartment complex, she was telling me about them the other day. Mm-hmm. That most of them are found in the Thracian Valley. That's where they're harvested. And she said they're harvested only from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning. And it's for a lot of the perfumes that they use them in. So we are just at the top of Pirin Street, and we are headed up into the gondola area right now.
Yeah. So as we walk through here, we'll show you a little bit of what it looks like up here. You'll notice that there's quite a lot of like sporting goods stores and other just random stores that aren't quite open yet. And that's like kind of common throughout Bansko in the summer, but also more common up in the gondola area. We'll see a lot of stuff that isn't open because the season hasn't started yet. So we have finally made it to the gondola area, and we're actually right across the street from Ginger Bar and Grill, which is one of a really great place to grab some food. It's probably one of the a little bit more of the pricier places in town for food, but they have really good Wi-Fi, and they're actually pretty friendly to Nomads. So you can like pop up a laptop and buy a drink, a glass of wine or something like that.
As long as you're ordering food.
Yeah, and just chill and get some work done. Yeah. So we've actually done that a few times as well. And then as you walk down, you can see there's still like a ton of stuff that is not quite open yet. It's pretty common to see this up in the gondola area in the summertime. But when we first came here, we didn't stay up here because we thought perhaps that like there was nothing open. But it turns out there's actually quite a lot of stuff that is open. It's just not nearly as much that normally is open during like say the busy months of the winter time.
Yeah, and there's actually a supermarket open up here too, which we didn't know about.
Yeah, this Aldo here has been open, and we didn't realize that either. And there's another one down on the other side this way that's also open. So now we're gonna head over to the gondola, and this is like probably one of the most popular parts. And of course, this is the Gondola Area, so you have to see the big gondola and what everyone's talking about. But this gondola is pretty cool because it takes you like up over a couple mountains and then back up and like over and down and then back up again and gets you up to, I think is it Banderista Hut? I think it's Banderista Hut, if I'm remembering right. But it takes you all the way up there, and where there's a whole bunch of like other activities in the summertime, lots of family stuff. And again, we've got a video on that coming up soon too. More importantly, in the wintertime. What?
You almost stepped in dog poop. You like almost stepped.
Yeah. She saved me from that. So anyways, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do up there, and obviously wintertime, it's like a big stop-off point to go take lifts up further up the mountain to do some more of the like skiing and everything. So here's the gondola here. And of course, you're up here by the gondola, you've got like more stuff that is not opened yet. This place looks huge.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that looks like a really big restaurant.
Yeah. So again, it's like 50-50, like if you're gonna find something that's open. But honestly, there's so much stuff that is open during the summertime that
yeah,
you have no.
There's plenty.
Yeah, plenty of things, plenty of places to eat. Lots of great places to eat up here.
Yeah.
And again, it's like 15 or 20 minutes to walk down to other part of town, or even just a few minutes down Pirin or one of these other main roads. You can find tons of like good restaurants. So yeah, it's not at all a problem to stay up here.
And we just want to take you by one other restaurant that we really like to go to. It's called The Station, and it's Greek food, and it's really, really good. They've got, you can order over there, and then over here is where all the seating is. So you can be outside, do al fresco dining. And then if you don't feel like going out and getting something, they actually do deliver, and you can just message them through WhatsApp or call. I think it's like a 10 euro or 15 euro minimum order, and it's free delivery. So the mountains look pretty today.
Oh yeah, look at that. Even with those clouds looking a little ominous, but that seems to be par for the course here at the this last month here in August.
Seems like it. The rain tends to kind of hover around both sides of the mountains.
As we head back down to where we're staying, which is over on the northwest side of town, you'll notice as we pass more places that are not open, including this giant Aldo behind us. And we start to see some of those abandoned buildings. And over on this side of town, there is a whole like little offshoot road, and you have like Belvedere here, and then there's a bunch more stuff down this way here, closer to town. So finally, we wanted to show you like probably the best example of some of these abandoned buildings, which you can see here behind me. So there's a couple stories about like kind of why everything, like why there's so many like kind of empty or half-built buildings in town. The main one has to do, of course, with the economic situation that Bulgaria was in like 2008, and that hit a lot of this town especially. So a lot of the buildings just stopped. And then also there's also people who have told us that there's basically like some kind of like money laundering going on, where they've kind of bought property and started a project only to never plan on finishing it so they could take the loans or something. So this is what we've been told. Somewhere in there, I'm sure, is the truth or some variations of that. Okay, so with that, we're going to end our video, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Hopefully you learned something, got a little idea of kind of some of the different aspects of Bansko, the different parts of town, and a few of the things that we like to do here, some of our favorite places. So if you're just coming here as a digital nomad, or if you're just coming to spend your time like an expat or just like the summer like we did, we think it's a great place, and we hope that you'll pick up something from this.
So we have a lot more content coming out on Bansko, so be sure to look for that. We also have a whole bunch of content actually that's going to be, well, actually some of it's already out on our website, wanderinghartz.com, on Bulgaria, Bansko, some of the experiences that we've already done. So you can look at those as well. Be sure to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.
That's right. Happy wandering.
Happy wandering.